Right now, as you're watching this video, banks across America are processing $2,200 stimulus deposits directly into the accounts of millions of Social Security, SSDI, SSI, and VA recipients. This isn't scheduled for next week or next month, these deposits are hitting accounts today. And if you're one of the eligible recipients, you could check your bank balance right after watching this video and discover that your financial situation just improved by over $2,000. Have you ever experienced that incredible moment when unexpected money appears in your account exactly when you need it most? Before you rush to check your account balance, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss breaking news about benefit payments that could put thousands of dollars directly into your pocket. The nationwide rollout of these $2,200 stimulus payments represents the largest coordinated financial distribution to benefit recipients in American history. Every major bank in the country, from the largest national institutions to small community banks and credit unions, received federal coordination instructions over the weekend to ensure seamless processing of these emergency stimulus deposits. The Federal Reserve worked around the clock with banking institutions to establish secure processing protocols that would allow same-day deposits for millions of Americans who depend on federal benefits for their survival. What makes today's deposit rollout particularly remarkable is the unprecedented coordination between multiple federal agencies that typically operate independently. The Social Security Administration, Department of Veterans Affairs, and Treasury Department established a joint task force specifically to ensure that recipients across all benefit programs would receive their stimulus payments simultaneously. This coordination eliminates the confusing staggered payment schedules that have characterized previous stimulus distributions and ensures that no eligible recipient waits longer than necessary to access their emergency financial assistance. The timing of these payments addresses a critical financial emergency that benefit recipients are facing right now. Inflation has devastated the purchasing power of fixed incomes, and recipients of Social Security, SSDI, SSI, and VA benefits have seen their ability to afford basic necessities erode month after month. Have you noticed how your grocery budget has stretched thinner and thinner, even though you're buying the same essential items you've always purchased? These stimulus payments provide immediate relief that allows recipients to catch up on accumulated expenses and regain some financial stability in an increasingly expensive economy. Banking institutions have reported that preliminary processing indicates over 15 million Americans will receive these stimulus deposits today, with the vast majority of payments processed through direct deposit systems that recipients already use for their regular benefit payments. Recipients who typically receive their benefits on debit cards issued by their state agencies will see their stimulus payments loaded onto those same cards, maintaining the familiar payment methods that recipients rely on for their monthly financial management. The eligibility criteria for these stimulus payments encompass virtually everyone who receives federal benefits through the major programs that serve America's most vulnerable populations. Social Security retirement recipients qualify automatically, regardless of their monthly benefit amount or how long they've been receiving benefits. SSDI recipients qualify based on their disability status and don't need to meet additional income requirements that have complicated previous stimulus programs. SSI recipients, who often face the most severe financial constraints due to strict asset limits, receive full stimulus payments without any reduction in their ongoing SSI benefits. Veterans receiving compensation or pension payments through the Department of Veterans Affairs qualify for these stimulus payments in recognition of their service and the unique financial challenges that many disabled veterans face. The inclusion of VA recipients reflects congressional recognition that veterans often experience higher living costs due to service-connected disabilities and medical needs that aren't fully covered by VA healthcare services. Many veterans have been struggling with housing costs, transportation expenses, and medication co-pays that have stretched their fixed benefit incomes beyond sustainable levels. The distribution infrastructure supporting today's payments leverages existing federal benefit payment systems that have been expanded and enhanced specifically for this stimulus rollout. The Social Security Administration's payment processing capacity was temporarily increased by 30% to handle the additional transaction volume without disrupting regular benefit payments. Banking partners have allocated additional customer service representatives to handle inquiries from recipients who want to verify their stimulus payments or need assistance with account access issues. Regional coordination ensures that recipients in every state receive their payments simultaneously, regardless of local banking infrastructure or geographic challenges. Rural areas that sometimes experience delays in federal payment processing have been prioritized in today's distribution to ensure that geographic location doesn't create disparities in payment timing. Native American communities that receive federal benefits often face unique banking challenges, and special coordination with tribal financial institutions ensures that stimulus payments reach these communities without delays or complications. The economic impact of injecting over $30 billion directly into the accounts of benefit recipients will be felt immediately across communities nationwide. Unlike stimulus payments that go to higher-income individuals who might save or invest the money, payments to benefit recipients generate immediate economic activity because recipients spend the money quickly on necessities they've been unable to afford. Local grocery stores, pharmacies, medical providers, and utility companies will see increased payments from customers who have been struggling to keep up with rising costs on fixed incomes. Security measures protecting these stimulus payments include enhanced fraud monitoring that tracks unusual account activity and protects recipients from scams that unfortunately target vulnerable populations during periods of increased benefit activity. Banks have been instructed to flag and investigate any suspicious activities related to stimulus payment accounts, and federal agencies have established direct communication channels with recipients to verify legitimate payments and warn about potential fraud attempts. The application process for these payments is intentionally non-existent, reflecting the urgent need to get money to recipients without bureaucratic delays. Federal agencies used existing benefit databases to identify eligible recipients and process payments automatically. This approach eliminates the application delays and paperwork requirements that have prevented many vulnerable individuals from accessing previous stimulus programs. Recipients who believe they should be eligible but don't see payments in their accounts within 24 hours can contact their benefit-paying agency directly for assistance. Payment amounts of $2,200 were calculated based on economic analysis of the actual cost increases that benefit recipients have experienced over the past 18 months. Federal economists studied real-world price increases for essentials like food, utilities, transportation, and healthcare that disproportionately affect people living on fixed incomes. The $2,200 amount represents approximately 6 months of additional purchasing power to help recipients catch up with inflation-driven cost increases that have outpaced benefit adjustments. Tax implications of these stimulus payments follow established precedents from previous emergency assistance programs, meaning recipients won't owe federal income taxes on the money they receive. The payments are classified as federal disaster relief rather than taxable income, ensuring that recipients can use the full amount for their intended purposes without worrying about tax consequences that might reduce the effective value of the assistance. State tax treatment varies by state, but most states follow federal tax classifications for stimulus payments. Banking accessibility has been enhanced specifically for this payment distribution, with major banks extending customer service hours and providing additional support for recipients who may need assistance accessing their accounts or understanding their payment deposits. Many benefit recipients are older adults who may not be familiar with online banking or mobile apps, so banks have increased staffing at physical locations to help customers verify their stimulus payments and access their money safely. The coordination with state and local benefit programs ensures that these federal stimulus payments won't interfere with other assistance that recipients may be receiving. State Medicaid programs, food assistance, housing subsidies, and other local benefits will not be affected by these federal stimulus payments. This protection prevents the unintended consequences that sometimes occur when federal programs inadvertently disqualify recipients from state assistance programs that use income or asset tests. Technology infrastructure supporting today's payment distribution has been stress-tested and expanded to handle the unprecedented volume of simultaneous transactions. Banking systems that typically process federal benefit payments over several days have been configured to handle the entire stimulus distribution within a 24-hour period. Backup systems and redundant processing capabilities ensure that technical difficulties won't delay payments or create gaps in the distribution process. Customer service preparation includes multilingual support for recipients who may need assistance in languages other than English. Federal agencies have coordinated with community organizations and advocacy groups to ensure that information about stimulus payments reaches recipients who may face language barriers or have limited access to traditional communication channels. This outreach recognizes that many benefit recipients rely on community networks for information about programs that affect their financial security. The political significance of today's stimulus distribution demonstrates renewed federal commitment to supporting Americans who depend on government benefits for survival. The bipartisan support that enabled these payments reflects growing recognition that benefit recipients have been disproportionately affected by economic pressures and deserve immediate assistance that doesn't require lengthy legislative processes or complex application procedures. Family members and caregivers of benefit recipients should be aware that these stimulus payments belong exclusively to the benefit recipient and are protected by the same federal laws that protect regular benefit payments from garnishment or seizure. Recipients have full control over how they use their stimulus money, and family members cannot legally access or control these payments without proper legal authority through guardianship or representative payee arrangements. As millions of Americans discover these life-changing deposits in their accounts today, remember that staying informed about benefit programs and emergency assistance can mean the difference between financial crisis and financial stability. Subscribe to our channel to ensure you never miss critical updates about programs that put money directly into your pocket. And share this information with every benefit recipient you know who deserves to access the assistance they've earned through their circumstances and service to our country.